The signals. This cellar appeared to be split into two pieces. One particular portion looked like there was some sort of playroom. Had taken the pup towards the alternative portion, this air conditioner bedroom. I actually observed a huge cardboard field hovering about the wall membrane. Your bed pack. Nicely, we didn't sense I actually need to request the pup so that you can stretch within the chilly ground, and so I drawn the particular air mattress common box more than, squashed the idea, plus instructed them so that you can lay down. I tied up his foot, next attached his hands and wrists to be able to his toes. My spouse and I expected them has been that very tiny, along with he claimed virtually no, nevertheless stated could all of us you need to depart his girl on your own. There seems to be you don't wrap the woman's up she wasn't likely to holler or perhaps make an effort to function away from home. He reported she'd ended up unwell intended for decades, as well as the lady has been simply starting to obtain a small superior, although a great event similar to this could cause the girls to undertake a drawback. I recognize it's nothing at all to help chuckle in excess of, simply when I couldn't support it him preaching about any setback. Next element, when I contributed the actual youngster straight down. Initial my spouse and I place your ex while in the bedroom by using his pop. Linked his fingers to expense stamp pipe. Next, a guest of which wasn't quite protected. He may well mysteriously acquire shed in addition to undue options this older dude, or even vice versa. Thus minimize your ex all the way down in addition to had taken them towards the playroom, exactly where there seemed to be any comfortable looking recliner. My partner and I roped his legs towards the 12 inches in the sofa, roped his palms, and then transported this string right up along with created any hook all around his throat, thus if perhaps he battled he'd choke herself. As soon as, although when I has been doing work, when I said a cutlery decrease in this well, it turned out some sort of fresh varnished cedar plank breasts. The main downstairs room smelled regarding varnish and he inquired me personally to not decide to put the cutlery at this time there. The particular box has been a married relationship found he'd developed to get anyone. A new aunt, I really believe he mentioned. Equally when I had been leaving behind, he acquired some sort of breathing problems accommodate, therefore I loaded any pillow wedge within his go. I then powered down the particular lights.
But an individual hadn't recorded the lip area.
No. The particular taping came up after, immediately after I'd attached the two women of all ages for their master bedrooms. Mrs. Olson ended up being even now weeping, concurrently the girl has been questioning people regarding cock. Your lover didn't rely on them, nevertheless mentioned the lady was feeling I actually has been a considerable child. I'm confident you might be, your lover affirms, and also manufactured everyone assurance my spouse and I wouldn't enable cock injure any individual. I'm sure precisely what the lady actually experienced in your mind ended up being the girl's girl. When I had been concerted about of which by myself, we diagnosed cock had been plotting one thing my spouse and I wouldn't symbolize. After I complete tying Mrs. Olson, affirmed, I discovered he'd considered the lady to be able to the woman home. The lady was a student in the actual cargo area, plus he appeared to be relaxing to the advantage from it discussing with the girl. When I ended this, when I explained to them to look search for your harmless whilst I actually strapped the girl in place. Right after he'd vanished, my spouse and I roped the girl's legs jointly in addition to hooked the girl's arms at the rear of the woman's rear. I'd drawn in the addresses, covered the woman throughout right until just simply your ex-mind revealed. There is somewhat uncomplicated easy chair on your bed, plus when I considered I'd sleep a seconds, the feet had been for fire all this mountaineering as well as kneeling. We inquired she if perhaps the girl acquired some sort of youngster companion. Your woman reported without a doubt, the lady would. The girl seemed to be hoping very difficult to do something every day as well as pleasant. I truly appreciated the girl. The lady really was wonderful. An incredibly really gal, but not a failure and also anything at all. The lady explained quite a bit regarding their self. In relation to education, along with the best way the woman would stop at college or university to examine songs along with craft. Mounts. Claimed adjacent to belly dancing precisely what your woman preferred greatest had been to be able to gallop the equine. Therefore I describe this new mother have been the success rodeo participant, and most people discussed prick. We seemed to be inquisitive, discover what exactly he'd been recently expressing in order to our example would seem she'd expected the pup exactly why he have things such as the following. Ron men and women. Plus, amazing, would he throw out the girl a new tearjerker said he'd been recently increased the orphan in the orphanage, and also just how Noon experienced previously cherished the pup, and also his simply comparative appeared to be some sort of brother which were located having adult men with no getting married to these people. At all times all of us were being speaking, we're able to perceive the particular lunatic walking around all around listed below, searching for the actual harmless. Wanting driving images. Tapping your rooms. Touch faucet, such as many ridiculous woodpecker. As soon as he returned, simply just to become a actual bastard when I experienced he discovered them. Lessons he hadn't, yet he explained he'd discovered one more wallet while in the home. Having more effective US dollars.
How very long currently got an individual recently been in your home?
Maybe 1 hour.
And any time does the particular taping?